And like I said, there have been past tragedies, there have been buildings that have collapsed before. Let's take a look at some of the buildings that have collapsed and the buildings that now make us understand that this is no longer a conversation that we can have and forget after probably 2 weeks after it happens and then wait for the next tragedy. Let's take a look at the past buildings that have collapsed.
Another building tragedy in Nairobi from yet another seemingly structurally unfit building. And this comes just 4 months after the county government of Nairobi registered a 10 billion shilling increase in earnings from approved building plans. The planning department will be at pains to explain why the building in question was approved, and it will not be the first time. Buildings of death have sadly become a common sight in the country, especially in the capital, Nairobi. On December 17, 2014, a 6-story residential block built on a swampy area of Makongeni Estate in Nairobi collapsed, killing 7 people and trapping more than 20 others. 5 floors of the building had already been occupied, while the 6th floor was under construction. And as we reported then, the building's occupants had seen the tragedy coming.
Aliniambia nyumba imecrack tukiwa naye jana. And then akasema aliambia landlord, akifikiria landlord atamhamisha layer 6, landlord akamwambia already watu wameshabook hiyo layer 6.
The Makongeni building tragedy, like many others, robbed Kenyans of their loved ones. And with every incident, many Kenyans continue to live in fear.
Nipigia last call akaniambia mtoto amekufa na ako chini ya maji. Sasa nikiongelea niambia watu waharakishe cause pia maji inampata. And then hiyo ndio ilikuwa last call tukiongea, from that ya kumteja.
All of a sudden kwa hii pila ika crack na ikaachana mlango na mawe hivi zikaachana hivi. Sasa nikaona opening, kuona hiyo opening mimi nikarukia hiyo nini opening nikaruka.
With lots of questions raised at the Nairobi County government on the process of approving construction projects, there was tough talk from the national government.
Who made the approvals and also who was supposed to be religiously inspecting the development of this construction.
Barely 2 weeks after the Makongeni building tragedy, the National Construction Authority came out guns blazing as yet another building, this time a residential block of apartments in Huruma, Nairobi, collapsed. More than 40 people were trapped, with the eventual death toll rising to 6 from the accident.
We have 43 people rescued so far. We have 26 people who are taken to Kenyatta National Hospital. 2 are still admitted. 24 have been discharged as we are speaking.
The building tragedies have not been confined to Nairobi. On June 3rd, 2015, more than 30 people were trapped in the revels of a 3-story shopping mall, which collapsed while under construction in Manyatta Estate, Kisumu. According to survivors, the incident happened as the construction workers were winding up the 2nd floor slab.
Tulishtukia ikianguka kama bomba inatokea juu. Na sasa kufika huko tukaipata iko chini. Watu wa huko ndio kulikuwa na watu wengine walikuwa wanatolewa huko. Ndio wakatolewa. Na lakini sasa hii bado sasa kuna wenye wanaongea chini, lakini sasa kuwapata kuwafikia inakuwa ngumu.
Hii ilikuwa ni floor ya 3. Kuna ya pili na kuna ya kwanza. Alafu kulikuwa na ground floor, pia kulikuwa na watu huko. Walikuwa wanachota maji, wanawake walikuwa hapo, walikuwa wanapikia wenye wanafanya pia hapa kazi.
Mimi naona uchungu kwa sababu watu waka hapa chini wengi. Sasa hiyo ninafanya nataka ili tusaidia hao watu
Then acting Land Secretary Fred Matiang'i blamed the county government of Kisumu for failing to inspect buildings under its jurisdiction. And in September 2015, a 6-story residential building, again under construction, collapsed in Ongata Rongai. 2 of the 6 workers who slept on the construction site were killed. Investigations into the Ongata Rongai incident showed that the building had collapsed due to design failure.
The works were being handled by registered and competent people as consultants and contractors. But the other information that we do have is that the construction was not registered. The approvals were not yet got. And so in such a situation, further investigations needs to be done to really get to know what really happened.
The latest building tragedy in Huruma has happened 2 weeks shy of the 20-year anniversary of the Sunbeam building tragedy. Cases of buildings collapsing have been rife in recent years, and Nairobi, which is experiencing a construction boom due to a growing demand in low-end housing, has been the hardest hit.
We are looking for the developer, we are looking for the contractor, and we are even looking for the fundis who are working on this building. We are going to arrest all of them.
And as the county government of Nairobi raked in 168 billion from approved building plans and targets 50,000 more buildings, Kenyans will be hoping for better services to put an end to these buildings of death. Ben Kitili, KTN News.